My name's Holley Warren and I'm 29 years old, and I've just been tested by the BioMeredian machine by Dr. Hesham, and it was just very interesting for me to see some of the similarities between things that I eat that make me feel ill and the way that they came up on the machine. For example, I feel very sick when I drink white and red wine and coffee, and they came up as things that I'm intolerant to. And also for vinegar came up, and potatoes and carrots. I don't like potatoes and carrots, and that came up on the system. There were some other things that came up on the system. I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat meat, but on the few occasions that I've come in contact with some meat, for example chicken livers, once I ate some chicken livers by example and I was very ill, and also beef. Once I ate beef but by accident and I couldn't digest it, and for 3 weeks it was, no 3 weeks, 3 days it was in my system, and I managed to puke it up 3 days later. So, and those both came up on the system as things that I'm intolerant to. Also, I was interested in dairy products because that's something that we often wonder about, whether you're intolerant or you should eat them or not. And eggs was something that I always knew that when I ate eggs I didn't feel well, and egg whites and egg yolks came up as something that I shouldn't eat, and I really was aware myself that I shouldn't eat those, but I was never sure. So this machine really confirmed that for me. What else? Some vegetables came up, which I was quite surprised in. But for example, mushrooms, pumpkins and olives were things that came up that I shouldn't eat. And I've been eating them, but I'm going to try from now on not eating them and see if that makes a difference in my system. Also olive oil and sesame oil came up, and peanut oil, which are things that I'm going to try not using to see if it makes a difference to my health. I think it's quite an interesting machine to use because you often are aware in your own body possibly that things aren't good for you, but it's good to work with a machine like this and to be aware that yes, these things aren't good for you, and you can test not eating them for a while and then see if it makes a difference to your health. And it's very simple to use and painless, and it seems like a very good machine to me.